Hey guys, what's up? It's me, E, with another Clash Royale video, and as you can see today, we just won a classic challenge with 12 wins and 0 losses. Now this was over the course of a couple days. I didn't play all at the same time, just to kind of maybe vary some of the kinds of people that I might play, because you never know what's going to happen. Let's take a look at the deck that I used. So I'm sorry if you don't have legendaries. I completely respect that. It took me a very long time to get them, and once I got into legendary, it was things really snowballed from there. But as you can see, I'm running the log, the Inferno Tower. Those two together actually really do pack quite a good combination. So it's not uncommon for your opponent to throw out a tombstone in this current meta. And have, all those little skeletons, or have those support troops backing up their tank right before they try to zap your Inferno Tower to reset it. So I found that the log is just a terrific partner with the Inferno Tower. Paired up with that, we also have the Princess, which is a really great AoE troop. I get a lot of chip damage with her on towers. We're running Minion Horde, Miner, Goblin Barrel. Goblin Barrel is there. You can combo it with the Miner. It's also there to bait zap, or arrows. Princess also does a pretty good job of baiting arrows. Really, the main win condition for this deck is getting your Miner on their tower, followed up by the Minion Horde. If you can do that, if you can get that combination, or Miner and Skeleton Army, you'll take a tower. I mean, it's absolutely phenomenal. If they don't have the spell to take out that damaging troop, it's just great. And I'm also running the Furnace. I found that the Furnace in these challenge matches at tournament level really is a great card. It can take out minions. It can slow down other troops, which sometimes you don't want. So that's a pro tip, guys. I see a lot of times when people play the Furnace, they'll put it down to, maybe slow down an opponent's other troop. Maybe they've got a Sparky, or maybe they've got a Bowler. Well, when you do that and you slow down your opponent's troop on their side of the map, all you're really doing is giving them more time to build elixir to support that troop. So you got to be kind of careful where you place it. I do not usually place my Furnace as a building to distract. I don't place it defensively to pull Hog Riders and that type of thing unless I really need to. I usually place it right in front of the King Tower, just to the left or the right, to get chip damage in on the side that I want. So doing this, we're going to go ahead and take a look at some of the at these last matches, and we'll take a look. You can see lots of wins. There was one from before. I believe I went 12-2 in my last one, with maybe the same deck. Yeah, it looks like I did. This deck is just really doing well in the challenges. Let's get into. Let's watch one that I won, one that I lost, and then one that maybe is just kind of fun to see, right? So let's get into one that I lost first against A Saad, and I'm pretty sure what happened there was Three Musketeers. I think I can't even do that. The replay is no longer available. Sorry about that. So it looks like we're going to have to go with something with matches that I've won. So let's see if we can find a really strong meta. Okay, well, the last one that I played is in the meta. I don't have a Lava Hound win in here to show you that, but I have beaten Lava Hound. Where is he? There's one, and I actually three crowned that one. So Lava Hound is not invincible. I did lose to that one. I think that was a barely lost, and I think I was kicking myself afterwards. You can see I beat that one. I beat that one here. So Lava Hound is definitely beatable. I know you guys are facing a lot of those. But let's take a look at this Golem deck, because that's really popular right now, and we'll see how I actually picked up the 12th crown, or the that 12th win in the challenge match. So I have a pretty good starting hand. I'd like to have my miner, but I don't. So I'm going to play my furnace early, and I'm going to play it close to the king tower. So I like to place that, like I said, right in front, and then off to the left a little bit. He's going to counter with an ice wizard, which I don't know if he was countering so much as just playing. But that's okay for me. So I see he's got a golem. So guys, when you see the golem, you need to try to defend it a little bit, but you really need to push the other lane. That is over and over, push the other lane. So I'm going to throw out a goblin barrel just to kind of get something going. He counters with minions. I get my princess out. Princess is going to survive that with the help of the tower, and then we're going to go ahead and try the minion horde and miner on his tower. And you can see I completely ignored his golem until he got to the tower, at which point I dropped a skeleton army. Now, skeleton army is an okay counter to it. The destruction damage, the explosion damage on the golem is so great that it wrecks the skeleton army. So they do a great job breaking it down into the golemites, but once that happens, they're done. So good job by him getting the miner down there as well to get that additional damage in while my towers were focused on the golem. So we're just going to kind of reset here. And he's going to play a mega minion, and he's actually doing really well. He's ahead on elixir, so he's got an elixir advantage, he's got a health advantage, but I still feel really good about this match. So I throw down my princess, and then I throw up that goblin barrel up there thinking, let's bait that zap, because I really want to get, I've got the miner, and I've got my miner and my minion horde, so I want to get that up there. But instead, I said, all right, let's play some defense. It didn't work out so great last time. We'll just get the chip damage from the miner, which is fine. And this Inferno Tower, guys, look at it. And there's that log. That log may have saved my Inferno Tower. Fire spirits just keep going down the lane, picking off those tiny troops. I didn't want to waste elixir, so I threw down a skeleton army. It wasn't great. I went ahead and threw down a goblin barrel. Didn't really care about that. I'm really surprised he chose to defend it, but it was probably smart. I didn't realize that his tower at this point was down to 392, and that was just because of that miner damage and the one hit from the goblins each time that barrel hit. So if you'll notice, I did place my furnace on the right hand side this time, and that's because I knew he had minions coming down the lane, and I just didn't want to have to deal with them. So again, just a lot of little chip damage on that tower was enough to do it. There's only 13 seconds left. He's sending down a golem, that he can try what he wants. He does get his lightning in, boom, knocks it down to 120. He's going to zap the tower, but by that point, it's just not enough. So good game by Cam from Chile Top, but just not enough to get it done. So let's take a look at this next match here. This is against ASAP Quan of the Barbarian Party. And this is a typical deck. It doesn't see quite as much use as it used to. And typically a bowler giant would be paired with a mega minion coming down the lane at you, and or a prince. Now, you can see we're both wasting a lot of elixir here. What happened is I actually pushed my iPad into my keyboard on my desk, and it powered it off. So when I came back in, I was so thankful to see that he hadn't just completely wrecked me. Terrible feeling. So he's going to counter my princess with a bowler, which is okay. I'm wasting elixir here because I didn't want to get the Inferno Tower down too early, and that was really not a great play. I probably should have played my skeleton army on the left and had it push up. He would have had to use his zap or arrows, but that's okay. Princess got in a little chip shot on the tower, and he's going to bring his bowler in. And this is a good opportunity for me to either use my minion horde or my skeleton army to take those two out. He drops his zap, which doesn't really do, or his lightning, which doesn't do anything. So I'm going to drop the skeleton army, and they're going to do some pretty good work on it. Now that they weren't quite fast enough, so I did drop my minion horde, and at this point I didn't know he had arrows, but that's okay. So I'm not sure why I threw the goblin barrel up at the left hand tower. He gave me the thumbs up, and he probably should have. I really should have gone for the right hand tower there. Again, I think I just wanted him to do some defense and maybe pull him towards the other tower and get him to commit, which We did, but ultimately you can see now I've spent 6 elixir on that left-hand tower, and he spent 3, and now I've spent 11 with that, or 10 with the furnace there. So not sure I'm making the smartest plays here, but I am getting some really good effort down. Look at the princess. Oh, come on, fire spirits. Yes. So they keep her alive for another round of arrows, and she's just doing work to that tower, guys. Princesses unchecked are so obnoxious. He's going to zap, but I'm going to get my miner up there on the tower, and so he's going to have to use his arrows as well. So that's perfect. But again, I'm just wasting elixir, and it's because I knew his giant was coming, but I wanted to wait to put that Inferno tower down the right distance just in case. He's going to zap, which does a fair amount of damage, but I get another... well, you can see I've got the furnace down, I've got the princess down, I get the skeleton army down. He still has troops, but I see his towers are all really low. I'm going to throw a log out just to keep that musketeer from getting too much in. And at this point, I feel like this game is probably mine. So we'll throw down, maybe I throw down a tower just for general defense. And I'm really just kind of cycling, waiting for an opportunity to get over to my miner so I can send him up and get in some chip damage. So good thing I played defense. There was time there. But there's the miner, and he just gives up. He's like, yep, yeah, you got it. So that's all we needed, and that's going to do it for a fairly clean 1-0 win. Now, there was a lot of wasted elixir in that battle. I'm not proud of any of those. And unfortunately, those are the only 2 replays I've got. So maybe we'll jump into a live match here. Let's open up our chest. Let's see what we got. So you don't get a whole lot for doing the Classic versus the Grand Challenge. I do like to do the Grand Challenge. You get way more stuff. You get way more gold. I think my best record in Grand Challenge is 9-3. I think I've got 9, maybe 10. And you know, you'll get 2,000 gold and just a few wins in Grand Challenge. But you get in a lot more matches when you're only paying 10 gold a pop. So anyway, we're going to get 2,000 gold, which is great. We're going to get 41 cannons, which aren't seeing a lot of play right now, but that's okay. I can use those. 48 minions. Okay. We're going to get 10 ice golems. Now, the ice golem is actually starting to make a reappearance, and it's doing it not just because they increased its damage, but it offers 2 great things that are overlooked. First of all, it does slow down your enemy's troops a little bit, which is really helpful. But honestly, the bigger reason to use it is that it's I can't say it's tanky, but it has a little bit of heft to him. But most importantly, he's only 2 elixir. So this card you will see is a great cycle card. I've seen it played a lot in expo decks, where they just want one troop just kind of moving forward to slowly, just kind of accept troops and slow people down. And while that's being slowed down, they can throw down counters and support troops for their expo. So if I see an ice golem, I'm usually worried that there's an expo. But let's see what our next one is. Our last card from the chest is... the aforementioned expo. So you can see I've leveled mine up to level 4. He's ready to go up again, but I'm terrible with it. I've seen people use it. I've had it used against me to great effect. I've done a really good job of wrecking it when you have the right combos and the right tank troops to counter it. You can really shut an expo deck down. But yeah, that's awesome. But it's probably not going to get an upgrade from me. I just don't think that's going to happen. Now, guys, I was going to jump into another classic challenge, but as you can see, the King's Cup challenge starts in 16 hours, and it's free, and I'm really excited about that. So we will do that, but before that, let's go ahead and enter a classic challenge. It's only 10. I'm feeling kind of loose. If I lose, I lose. If I win, great. Hopefully we'll pull out a W against Ali H. King. And we've got an okay starting hand here. We've got our big combo, but with an 8 elixir push at the beginning, you're really stretching yourself thin. So fortunately, he's going to do that. Now I'm expecting, yeah, there we go, more troops to come. So there's the Expo, which we're going to counter with a skeleton army. And look at this. Look at this. Oh yeah. So that's going down, and the miner's going to tank. And oh, he had it. All right, we're going to throw down the goblin barrel as well, just to get that extra damage in. At this point, we don't have a whole lot of really good cards. If he throws down a bowler or something to support his nasty Expo, we'll be in trouble. So the key to fighting an Expo deck, guys, is to take the first tower. If you can do that, then you basically shut down most of what they can do to support it. So in this case, I'm expecting the Expo. There it is. I'm actually going to drop an Inferno Tower and just burn it. So that was a 1 elixir trade, a +1 positive elixir trade for us. And we're just going to go for chip damage at this point because I don't feel like spending the full elixir. And it looks like that may have been a smart move. I wish I'd put my goblins on the other side, but distracted, we did get some fire spirit damage out of that. So that was still really good for us. So we're going to go ahead and do that again. And hopefully just take that tower down with chip damage. Now, I'm willing to bet we get the good game. He throws the rocket. And he just gives up. So that's cool. So what we're going to do now is we're going to drop a skeleton army, and we're going to drop the miner. There we go. And we're going to drop those, and we're going to hit him up with a thanks and a well played. And I don't know why he hasn't completely given up yet. Not sure why he chose to come back, but that's okay. We'll take what we can get. This deck is not great at 3 crowns, just because usually by the time they usually it's a chip deck. So we got a good one against him. We're gonna hit him up with a thanks and a good luck. I try very hard to not BM. I will do it if if somebody throws the good game at me, early on, after they took a quick tower because either I had the wrong starting hand or whatever, and they keep doing it, emoting throughout the match. I won't mute. I'll wait and I'll match you, and I will. And I'll take you down. So anyway, so that's a great way to start a classic challenge. We'll get into some more, but keep on being good, and we'll see you next.